Hello and welcome to Module 5 of Martial Arts. In this module, we shall be looking at advanced martial art techniques, which is the pinnacle of skills, strategies, and discipline. The module content that we should be looking at here include advanced striking and combat combination, advanced grappling, joint lock and submission, advanced, we will also look at weapon training and defense techniques. We will further look at multiple opponent defense strategies. We will also look at mastery, discipline, and instructor development before we draw our conclusion. The learning objective here is that by the end of this module, you will be able to execute advanced striking combination including spinning, elbow, and techniques. You should also be able to apply advanced grappling, joint lock, and submission with precision. You should be able to demonstrate proficiency in weapon training and defense. Students will also be able to utilize multiple opponent defense strategies for survival and escape. Furthermore, students will be able to embody the quality of mastery, discipline, and leadership, paving the way for instructors' development. Let us begin with the introduction. The advanced stage. Beyond techniques towards mastery, the advanced stage is the culmination of your journey. It is not just about learning new moves, but about achieving a new level of integration. Technical refinement entails perfecting and combining all previous skills. Tactical depth entails thinking and adapting strategically under pressure. Mental fortitude involves unwavering focus, discipline, and calm in coerce. Leadership entails taking responsibility for guiding and mentoring others. Having known that, let us look at advanced striking, how you can strike in an advanced way. The act of unexpected. Advanced striking introduces techniques that guarantee immense power and strike by using full body rotation and momentum. The key advanced strike include 1. Spinning back kick, which uses rotational forces to deliver a powerful blindside strike with the heel. So it involves using your heel to deliver an attack. Then we have number 2, spinning elbow, which is a devastating close range strike. So it involves a very close range strike which is devastating in nature, often used as a counter or finisher. Then we have a flying nail, which combines forward momentum and body weight for an explosive attack. Then we have ass kick, which is a high and descending vertical strike targeting the head or the collarbone. So as you can see there on the screen, this is a spinning back kick. Then the number 2 image is the spinning elbow, which involves using your elbow to strike. So this is the advanced strike. Having known that, let us look at advanced combat combination, which is overwhelming the opponent. So advanced combination links multiple strikes to attack different levels and angles, making defense nearly impossible. So this advanced method will make the opponent to find it very much impossible to defend your attack. The key principle here is that 1. Level changes. So it involves mix of head, body, and leg to attack. So involve mixing your head, your body, and leg to attack your opponent. Now we have tempo changes which disrupt the opponent's rhythm. Then we have deception, which involve the use of feint to set up powerful techniques. So these are some of the key principles. Then we have the combination of these advanced attack. Just like we said earlier, we have combination number 1, which involve the jab, the cross, the lead hook, and the spinning back kick. So you jab, you cross, you lead hook, and then you use spinning back kick to kick your opponent. Then we have number 2 combination, which is low kick, cross, spinning elbow, and knee strike. You use your knee to strike. Then we have number 3 combination, which is front kick, feint, roundhouse kick, and ass kick. So these are some of the combinations that we have in advanced combat. Having known that, let us look at advanced grabbing and submission, which is involve control, leverage, and finality. At this level, grappling is about chaining techniques together and capitalizing on the opponent's smallest mistake. So you capitalize on your opponent's smallest mistake. Then once you capitalize on that, you now grab your opponent. So the core principle here is leverage over strength. So use body mechanics, not your brute force. So use your body mechanics, not your absolute force. Then number two principle is smooth transition, which entails uh, flow seamlessly between position. Like example, mount to back control. Now we have position before submission. You have to position yourself on the ground before you now throw your opponent. So secure dominance before applying a lock or any choke. So you must position yourself on the ground before you apply any lock or choke. So key submission include Amber. Amber means Chinese word juji ganteme, so which involve hyper extend the elbow. So hypertext extend the elbow. Then we have triangle choke, which is a powerful block choke using your leg. Then we have kimura, which is a rotational shoulder lock. You lock your opponent on the shoulder. Then we have rear neck choke, which is ultimate position of control. You choke your opponent on the neck. So these are some of the submission keys that we have. So now let us look at weapon training, which involve extending your reach and capability. So weapon training refines timing, distance, and precision. It teaches you to treat an object as an extension of your body. So it involves using it as an object as the extension of your body. So we have traditional weapon. Number one is bow staff, which is long range striking, sweeping, and blocking. So we have bow staff. We have ekrima or kali stick, which is fast fluid and it is used for disarming your drills. Then we have sai, which is trapping and deflecting bladed attack. Then we have katana, which is the pinnacle of precision and the one strike philosophy. The key principle here, a weapon is both an offensive tool and a force multiplier for defense. So weapon can be used for attack. It can also be used for defense. So as you can see on the screen, these are the different types of weapon we have in martial arts. Having known that, let us move further as we continue with weapon defense, how you can use weapon as a defensive tool. So facing an armed threat, defending against a weapon is a high stake skill based on principle, not just flashy move. So the core defense strategies include distance management. You have to stay out of the range. So when you see your opponent coming with a weapon, you have to apply distance management techniques. You stay out of the range. Your best distance, your best defense is not just being there. Now we have number two, redirect, not block. Deflect the attack's path rather than meeting with the force. Then control weapon, if possible, gain immediate control over the weapon wielding limb. So now disarm and escape, the use of leverage to attack the weapon away and create an opportunity to flee. So you disarm your opponent with the weapon. So this is the most important karate body weapon for self-defense as shown on the screen. Having known that, let us look at multiple opponent defense strategies. One, so uh, the opponent defense include goal. The goal here is to escape, not to engage. So facing multiple attackers. So when you face a multiple attacker with a weapon, is a survival situation. So standard fighting tactics will fail. So the critical principle include one, stay upright. Going to the ground means defeat. So you now stay upright. Number two, constant movement. Never stop moving to avoid being surrounded. Number three, create a funnel. Use footwork to keep attackers in a line in front of you. Then explosive action. End each engagement in under 2 seconds. So target vulnerable area like the eye, throat, or groin to disable them quickly. So you target your opponent in a vulnerable area such as the eye or the throat in order to attack the opponent that has the weapon. Having known that, let us look at multiple opponent defense strategies. Number two, This one involve tactics and environment. They use everything to your own advantage. The key tactics include use the environment, put your back to the wall to eliminate the attack from behind. Use obstacle like car, pole to break up the group's formation. Then use human shield like human shield, where push one attacker into another to create coerce and a brief moment to escape. Then target prioritization. Prioritize area, neutralize the closest threat or the most aggressive leader first. Then the goal is to create a split second opportunity to break contact and to run away. Now let us look at mastery, that is lifelong journey, uh, which is the white belt mindset. So mastery is not a destination, but it is a continuous path of refinement. It requires beginner's mind, the humility to always be learning on a continuous basis. The key elements of mastery include one, technical depth, which involves performing basic move with exceptional precision. Strategic adaptability, which involve flowing between different tactics seamlessly. Then mental control, which involve remaining calm and focused under the highest pressure. Then number four, which is continuous improvement, the understanding that there is always more to learn. So you must learn continuously. Having known that, let us look at the discipline and instructors development. That is the responsibility of leadership. Advanced skill brings the responsibility to guide others. So the key role of discipline include one, self-mastery, consistency, respect and emotional control, integrity, upholding the value of the martial art. Then the path to the instructor include a lead by example. So embody the principle you teach. So as a leader, you must lead by example. As an instructor, embody the principle that you teach your students. Then guide and mentor, help others on their journey, identifying their strength and weakness. Then preserve tradition, pass on not just techniques but the philosophy and the ethics, the etiquette of the martial art. Then continuous study. An instructor must remain a dedicated student. In conclusion, which is the advanced practitioner, the key takeaway here is that Model 5 has prepared you to be a complete martial artist by mastering powerful and unpredictable striking combination, precise control through advanced grappling and submission, heightening awareness in weapon and multiple opponent scenarios, and the humility and responsibility of true mastery and leadership. You are now equipped not only with advanced techniques, but with the strategic mind and disciplined spirit to use them wisely, to continue growing and to inspire the next generation of martial artists. Thank you and have a nice day.